What up, everybody? I don't know. I don't know how good the service is here, so we'll see if we can go live here. Show you what's going on. What's going on this Turkey Day? Everybody having a good Turkey Day? So, your boy has been up here working. As you can see, there used to be a big block in there. There used to be a whole lot of other shit in there too, as you can tell by the pile of parts over here. So, yeah, we've been working. So I am making a YouTube video. Excuse me. Goodness. Breathing in all this crap. Breathing it in. Good Thanksgiving. Yeah. Had a good Thanksgiving. Went, ate with the fam, did the whole thing. And now I came back to the shop and I'm trying to continue moving forward here on this. So, as you guys can see, like I said, it used to have a big block in there. Bump, 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 bump. And then yanked that at home, and I have been cutting and hacking and sawing and everything under the sun. Because this thing had factory brakes, factory disc brakes, factory upper control arms, factory lower control arms. It had a good set of trick springs in there, and like a Calvert triple adjustable shock. So, and all of that steering shit, all factory. Look at that. All factory from like 1973 when this thing was made. So, maybe not 73. I mean, I'm sure they replaced it at some point because it was driving pretty straight. But I have been piling parts. For quite some time now. I've got TRZ upper and lower control arms. I've got the Nicky Bobby ball joint spacers. I've got the Nicky Bobby long travel kit. I've got billet spindles. I've got Willwood disc brakes. I've got the PTS Fab tubular K member with the rack mount, rack and pinion. I've got TRZ ends for the tie rod ends, the bump steer kit. I've got the rod that I need. I have just been piling up parts. And I'm not gonna lie, they were supposed to be for the gold one. I bought all this stuff in preparation to do it to the gold one. And the gold one, she's tired. She's got some miles on her. She got some life on her. And the whatchamacallit, it probably could use a back half. It probably could use quite a few things. So when I was thinking about it, I'm like, well, this one's already back half. This one's already several hundred pounds lighter. This was lighter with the big block than the gold car with the turbo LS combo. So by at least 200 pounds, if not more. So I'm like, this one's lighter. And it already scaled 50-50 with the big block in it. It scaled 50-50. It was damn near exactly 50-50. So I was like, it just makes more sense that if I'm going to drop a bunch of weight off of the front end and do a long travel kit and put all of these nice, fancy, shiny parts that I've spent a very long time saving up and collecting and doing all that, that it should go into this car that's already back half, that's already, bit further along. Making the right call. Yeah, oh, definitely. This is definitely the right call to put those parts into this chassis. Unfortunately, a bunch of those parts don't fit on this. If they had fit on this, we would just put it on yesterday or the day before yesterday. I'll open this garage door, see if it helps us. Lost you. I'm still here. Is it back yet? But it was either yesterday or the day before yesterday that I gotten the motor out of this thing. Wipe off the lens. It's not the lens, dog. There's some shit in the air. The lens is perfectly clean, trust me. But yeah, so it was only like a day or two ago that I got the big block out, and then came here, started hacking, started cutting, started doing the damn thing, and then we still got a ways to go, because I've got that K member just kind of sitting in there right now. It's kind of wedged. It needs to go a little bit further, but I need to clearance a little bit more to get it to fit into place. And then because somebody cut the frame off here, I'm gonna have to just make a bracket, just kind of triangulate that a little bit. That's no big deal, but I'll triangulate that just to add some strength back to it. Right now, that rear control arm mount there, both of those are just kind of those are rough cut, so those can actually come completely off. There's no need for them to be there anymore. So I'll have to do that. And then I was just kind of throwing this in, like you see, obviously I want to trim up some of that control arm mount there, so this way my rack and pinion boot isn't getting caught up on all that. You know, just kind of trim that up, clearance that up. I think I'm supposed to box that in on the back side here, so that will happen. It's just, this is just kind of the point we're at. I've spent a lot of time cutting and working and trying to figure out how much of it I want to cut for the long travel kit. Right now I've got a point where literally the ball joint is hitting the frame right there. So before I go any further and cutting the frame up, before I go any further in that, I just kind of wanted to get some more of it together, and then, you know, put the lower control arms in, maybe put the spindles on there, the billet spindles, and then kind of go through range of motion stuff and see, like, am I happy with this, or do I really want to cut that out and get that travel out of the thing? So I'm not sure quite yet what we're gonna do there, but yeah, that's what I've been working on here. But extended upper ball joints, I got the upper ball joint spacers from Nicky Bobby. I got the long travel kit. I got the Alden coilovers. I've got Wilwood brakes sitting here ready to go on. I'm probably gonna have to redo these brake lines. Not a big deal, but you know, you want to have some solid geometry for 150 mile front end. Yeah. So that's why I'm just working on it, chipping away, and trying to see what I can do, make the best of it. The unfortunate part is that with this long travel kit, the big block will not fit back in there anymore. Unfortunately, with the long travel kit, the headers will not fit. So I don't know what I'm going to do there just quite yet. I have an idea. But I honestly, that big block really is a nice piece, and it's, it worked very, very well for me. It is definitely a bit picky and finicky with the amount of compression it's got and all that kind of stuff. So I think that what I would like to do is, before I go laying into that thing and like really trying to hit it over the head with a bunch of power and nitrous or anything else, honestly, I don't even want to do nitrous. Like, ever since I stopped filling nitrous bottles, I am over it. Like, I don't ever want to fill nitrous bottles again. What gear's in it? It is a 410 gear, and it's got the 400 trans in it. So what's that? Usually like 241 first gear or some shit like that. 240 something first, I think. But turbo, yeah. Well, and that's the thing is, I'd like to turbo it. I'm not ready. I can't turbo the big block as is. It's not, it's way too much compression. I spent some time going through, looking over some things. I stuck a camera in there, everything. And what happened to the big block? It came out of the car. That's what happened to it. So I think that maybe I'd like to refresh that, possibly take some dome out of the piston. There is a lot of dome in it, that damn thing. And then, it'd be a little bit more conducive and friendlier. Thicker head gaskets, yeah. I don't know how thick the head gasket that's on there is, so maybe a thicker one. Ever since I've owned it, I've noticed there's been some things that have always just kind of left me like questioning, like, is this thing okay? But then it produced, and I'm like, I guess it is okay, but is it okay? I don't know. I think that with as nice as that motor is, maybe it's worth actually getting torn down, going through, put some new gaskets in there, at least take a look at the bearings, you know what I mean? See how they're doing, how they're rocking, and kind of go from there. So for now, I just want to get all this stuff done to the front end and the front suspension and all that, because I've had piles and piles and piles of boxes and parts and stuff. Boom, boom. How's that one compared to the other one? It, like, completely different animal. It is completely. To be honest with you, I don't even know that it's 496. Like, that's kind of the point where I'm at, where I'm like, he said it was a 496, but I mean, don't get me wrong, a well done 496 can make a lot of power and can do what it did. But at this point, I'm almost like, I want to take the thing apart and actually let's measure bore and stroke and let's see what is actually here. Is it actually a 502? Is it actually a 540? Is it, I don't know. And that's the thing too, is like, the only reason I question it is because the the guy that got it from, like, this used to be a grudge car, and I know that anybody that grudge races, they don't say nothing. They're whatever they say is, 6 lies and a truth. And not that I'm like saying that negatively. That's the way grudge racers are. So this guy I got it from this guy's son. So his son maybe knew. I don't know, but it's hard because anybody who knows grudge racers, they'll say all kinds of shit. They'll tell you it's a 427. They'll tell you it's a 632. They'll tell you everything under the sun. So I think that maybe we should dive into that and see. Let's measure the bore and stroke. Let's see what we're actually working with, and then let's take a look at the dome. I stuck the camera in there, and from what I can tell you about what it does to spark plugs, and I can tell when I stuck the camera in there that it's hit some spark plugs before, not just the time that I did it. So maybe a little less dome in that thing would be cool. Grudge racers will tell you to put pepper in your radiator. This is true. They'll tell you to do it. Shit kind of worked, though. So, 350 big block. Yeah, exactly. So, I think for now, what I'm really just trying to get accomplished is get this done, go rack and pinion, because the one thing that I did absolutely despise about driving this car was the old steering box in there. On a track, when it went perfectly straight, it was fine. But like, anytime you had to turn the wheel at all whatsoever, I was not happy with it. So I really want to get to that rack and pinion. And if I'm there and I got all this other shit, why not? So, and if we do go with some kind of crazy plan around the corner, that is, maybe aluminum 5.3 Texas speed with some forded heads on it and all that kind of things. We're talking about potentially saving, I mean, shoot, just in motor alone, we got to be saving 200 pounds, if not 300. How much weight do I think it'll save? Well, the thing is, so he had already cut out part of the K-member and stuff. So that wasn't full, but this stuff's pretty heavy. you know, but the steering box, all of this stuff, I mean, goodness, all of that right there. And then go into the Wilwood disc brakes, the billet spindles, the, you know, the tubular upper and lowers, all that kind of stuff. I mean, I'd like to say that that front end stuff there is going to be worth 100 pounds. You know, I think that could be close. Maybe, I don't know, 75, 100 pounds, something like that. And so if that's 7,500 pounds, and then if we do like the aluminum 5.3, I mean, let's just say 250 pounds, right? I mean, 75 plus 250 is 325. This thing was over 2,900 with me in it. So minus 325, let's just call that 2,600 pounds. Aluminum LS with accessories, 450. Yeah, but this one's not going to have accessories. It's not going to have power steering. I might do the electric water pump because I've got that stuff. So it's not going to have all the accessories. Damn, that's a lot. Yeah, I mean, it really is. When you think about, I mean, those factory disc brakes, the upper control arm, the lower control arm, you know, maybe some weight in that K-member assembly itself, the steering box going to the rack and pinion. I mean, we're going to add a little bit of weight in the long travel kit and that, but I mean, I really, the thing is, I'll know, like when this is all back together, you know, I'll put it on the scales. I got scales and I'll scale it out. The nice thing is that with the big block in it, with all that factory shit up there and all that, just ballparking, thank you, I appreciate you. With all that, it was damn near 50-50 front to rear. So that tells me anything that I take off the front of this thing, which if I save even 50 pounds off the front of this thing, it's just helping our front and rear weight bias. But I think that, man, I really am hopeful and think that we could get 300 pounds out of this thing. You know, I think that could be possible. Then I got to decide, do I want to do like this, or there is a whole bunch of room back there where I could stick some twins and kind of set them back. And I do have a master cylinder, a Wilwood master cylinder that could probably save a little more weight. Might hold off on that for now. But yeah, there's definitely opportunity to save, you know, save a bunch of weight on the front. And like I said, anything I save on the front is just going to go to the rear. So, you know, them disc brakes, I mean, the Wilwoods, I mean, I gotta, if we go aluminum 5.3, I'd say 300 pounds, you know, because that's still accounting for some weight of turbos and that kind of shit. So, but also it's still got the 2 nitrous bottles in the passenger seat right now. Those 2 things that come out, 15-pound bottles. They're not freaking light. They're like 35 pounds when full. So there's 70 pounds in the passenger seat just waiting to come out. Big block torque easily overcomes extra weight running in back. Okay. Well, how about I do whatever I want to do, and that's what's going to happen. There you go. So I'm going to keep carrying on my plan with the thing that makes me happy and what I've got parts for. Because what I've got parts for is a whole lot of this front end bad mama jamma. So I can't wait. What I was hoping to do tonight, my game plan of what I was hoping to be at, or the place that I was hoping to be, was that I would have this at least mock assembled. There's a bunch of stuff that's got to get welded in. Those Nicky Bobby brackets don't have to be welded in, but I'm going to be welding shit in anyway, so might as well. But But that K-member definitely does have to be welded in. You see that pad up there up front? So that's going to get welded to the frame. I've got to triangulate it. There's a pad in the back. That all has to be welded into the frame. So there's a few things that got to be welded. I was hoping to get myself to the point tonight where it could be either close to being, either ready to weld or like disassemble and final prep for welding. Because obviously I've got to clean some paint off and that kind of shit, and I'm working through it. So there you guys have it. Like I said, I am, there's a camera over there somewhere. I have been filming a little bit of a video just to kind of show you guys, but I figured, you know what? It's Thanksgiving. Check in, see how y'all are doing. And, yeah, show you guys what the hell I'm up to. So, shout out to PTS Fab. Awesome kit here. Like I said, this all here can still go away. Those rear mounts, that can completely, I just kind of chopped to, start working, because you can always cut more. You can't cut less, but you can always cut more. So, yeah, I got still a bit of trimming to do on that, on those front mounts there, and then I'll get that up, and then, yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. So, and then I was thinking about, I probably have tubing. I was thinking about maybe X-bracing this. You know what I mean? A little bit of safety, a little bit of safety Sam, that kind of stuff. Just because, why the hell not? But this one has the most cage, and you guys we haven't even done an update video on this, so you guys don't even know what the hell's going on here. But as you can see, some more work has been done, and it's kind of on purpose. It's almost like we're, chopping stuff up and moving it back and making a bunch of extra space for like a really big engine to sit in there. I don't know, just kind of, like a thought, so. But I will say I've been incredibly busy with work. Work has been great. My businesses are flourishing, so that's been fortunate. And but it's made me quite busy, obviously. So doing stuff like this is kind of taking a back seat and a back burner, but it is what it is. Got to feed the family. Got to set myself up for future success. Yeah, I could jump back on these cars. I'll tell you what I would really like to do. Now, you guys are gonna don't fucking hold me to this, okay? Tightly, lightly toasted or tightly roasted. Yeah, you might be picking up kind of what I'm putting down over here. What I'd really like to do, there's only like a couple races left this year, and then we're done for a good while. Man, I'd love to take a stab at dig or die with a long travel front end, lightened Nova. It's just kind of sucks. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like that whole $300 buy-in shit. Like I'm not feeling that. I'm not. You know what I mean? That doesn't excite me. It doesn't motivate me. Especially since I would have to go to dig or die and then turn around and immediately drive to PRI because I got to work PRI, which means I'm not going like Thursday, Friday, Saturday like everybody else. Like I got to be there Tuesday with stuff to set up for booths and that kind of shit. So, but I told myself I'm not forcing anything or like, rushing or whatever. I was just like, hey, go over there, put in some effort. You've got Thanksgiving. Tomorrow I do got to work, but I got tomorrow, I got evening, I got the weekend. Go over there, put in some work, and if it looks like it's possible, go for it. If it doesn't, oh well. because I think that there still is like New Year's Day races or something. I've been feeling all right. The infusions have been helpful. I actually just had one Monday, so infusions have been helpful with like daily day-to-day symptoms. I still require a surgery that the surgeon still does not want to do. I don't even know what to tell you guys about that. Like, it's funny. My mom asked me about it at Thanksgiving, and I was like, I think we're just gonna have to wait till it puts me in the hospital, and then they'll do it. And she's like, or you could just go get it done. I'm like, it's not a me thing. Like, I told the surgeon, like, cut me up, slice and dice. They're the one that's like, well, tiptoeing around it. I keep going back over there, I don't know, maybe it's an insurance fucking thing. They want to get 27 visits out of me on the insurance before they actually do the surgery. It's kind of the way I'm feeling. So, yeah. But, I'm just rocking and rolling. Just when I feel good, I do things. When I don't feel good, I don't do things. Kind of how it's rolling. Pop a Smurf for the backside and the pomade for the front. Yeah. Yeah, maybe we could do something like that. So I do want to see though, because one thing I haven't done in the history of having anything turbo LS. No, never mind. I have. When I had the white car, I had a 400 trans. So I'm lying. But I know more now. Like, I have more experience now. So maybe see a different doctor. I would like to. Unfortunately, that's part of like the insurance racket thing. Like, this is through the VA, so I can only go to who they send me to. Like, the funny thing is, the guy they're sending me to is not, and it's not a VA doctor; it's a civilian doctor. That guy is an asshole, if I can just be frank about it. My VA doctor is great, and the guy who's like my GI doctor at the VA, fantastic. Problem is, he can't do the surgery because it's a specialized surgery. So he's like, dude, like, if I could, I would, but it's like, he's like, that's outside of my wheelhouse, like, we only go up, like, at this point, what you got going on, you need a specialized surgeon to do this, which sucks. So fool's gold for True Street or daily, I don't know. I to be honest with you, I don't know what I'm gonna do with fool's gold. I can tell you that before it goes any faster, like, we could probably still go faster on some prep front side stuff. I think it went 77. I'd venture to say we could fix the fueling issue. It's probably got 50s or 40s in it, on a prep front side, but it would be a struggle because to hit it hard enough off the line, it's not super happy, and it's kind of where it needs to be, like, back halved, and not even necessarily that it needs to be back halved as much as, like, we ripped the shocks out of the frame before, like, literally out of the frame. That frame is rusted. It's an old car. Like, it could use a little love. So honestly, I wouldn't feel too great about trying to push it so much further in ET on that setup. Serious Crohn's disease at a good university in Maryland. Yeah. I know that. The funny thing is, they still have yet to diagnose me. I still am not diagnosed with Crohn's disease, but I'm on infusions, and the infusions are helping. So they're like, I told my doctor, I'm like, I don't give a shit. Like, I don't care what you put on paper. Like, if it's helping me, you know what I mean? If it's helping me, then cool. Let's, I don't care what you call it, or if you call it anything at all. Drug Simzia helps somewhat. No, I'm on Remicade infusions. Happy Turkey Day, young blood. Young blood, get your ass up here. Come on. Chop, chop. Let's get this thing finished the rest of the way out. Weld it all up. and then you know, out to dig or die. Let's do some testing and that kind of shit. Same thing. Okay, yeah. I built Camaro front clips. Oh yeah, Luke, I've got one. It's over there. Fiberglass. Are you talking about fiberglass stuff? I do got one of those. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. I like the plan. Why you so far? I don't know. What's a flight cost? I got $150 on a flight. What's up? Oh, chassis. Oh, so we could like lop that factory front frame stuff off and hell yeah. Yeah. Shoot me an email, dnrauto@hotmail.com. Um, we're a little ways away from getting back on that, but you know, I'd like to see what you got. You know, maybe I could squeeze something into the budget. I'd like to get this thing here kind of wrapped up, back to running and driving again. And then if you were here earlier, maybe you heard about like this thing's crooked as shit right now. The bar, I didn't weld the bars crooked, guys. I moved it and it's not sitting right on the jack stands. I have to re-level it on the jack stands to make it right. So don't think I just welded some crooked ass shit. The whole car is sitting crooked. But we were maybe making some room back there to put like a much bigger engine in between the frame of that thing. So, PA Racing. I feel like I've heard that before. Or maybe heard it, seen it before or something. Bam. Somebody said, I got 5 on it. So, I don't know. At this point, we're just kind of bullshitting. But I do need to get back to work because if I do want to get, I'm setting little goals for myself. Long travel on a blue unit. Yeah, well, because I had the long travel stuff. I've got tubular upper and lower control arms. Let me show you. I got some shit in some boxes, dog. Yeah, I've been around for over 25 years. It makes sense. Probably why I heard of it. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got these Johns. Like, I mean, come on. Like, come on, right? Like, just, oh, stay with me. Stay with me now, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I got these things here. You know? I got some Willwoods. I got, whatchamacallit? You build spindles also? Like, spindles like that? You know, so I've got all this stuff. I got the K member. I got the rack and pinion because I wanted to go rack and pinion. So when you think about all of this crap that was here, and this thing weighed over 2,900 pounds with me in it. I want to say it was like 2,940 or something, with all of that stuff, and was 50-50 front to rear with a big block and all of that stuff. And now we're talking about, I could lose, you know, let's say all that front end stuff, upper and lowers, spindles, brakes, that K member. Let's say, yep, they got brakes right there. Yep. But let's say that's worth 75 pounds. You know what I mean? 100. Yeah. You know, I'm thinking 75 to be modest. And then I don't know what an aluminum headed big block weighs, but I mean, that thing, that's an aluminum 332 cubic inch little hot heartbeat right there. You know, if that thing is worth 200 pounds versus a big block and that's worth 100, you know, I mean, that thing's got to be worth at least 250. But you know, you got to account for a single turbo or twin turbos, or, you know, yeah, it's got to be good for 200 pounds. I mean, easily. So we're talking about, I'm hoping to get 300 pounds off the front of this thing. You know, if I get 300 pounds off the front of this thing, and then 29 brings us down to 26. If I could be like 26 or under with me in it, with at least, like, yep, 52 to 54% on the rear. Yep. 2,600 race weight. And then even still, we're not even talking about crazy power. Even still, just making 1,000, will move this thing. I mean, Fool's Gold is going, it went 77 on about 1,000 horsepower. I mean, just based on weight and math and all that kind of stuff. So Fool's Gold weighs 32. Now imagine if I did it at 26 instead of 32. And it's a different gear ratio. This is 410. This also has a 400. Fool's Gold has a 373 gear ratio. I mean, I think that there's, I was running numbers for around 2,600 pounds, and it'll go pretty deep fours with 1,200 wheel. Yeah, and that's the thing is, they are factory heads. I do have a set of PRC 220 heads that could go on, but those are ported. And actually, the funny thing about those ported and the ASCAS 220s, they actually flow the same amount. So I was looking at those, and yeah, so I think it's doable. Be pulling wheelies. Well, hopefully not. That's why we're gonna have all this damn travel in the front, and then we can just get that bitch up and back, and just really plan it on that ass end, and I can put the coals to it. Now, still ain't got shit for really any of these races. I mean, even like Dig or Die and that kind of stuff, they're putting 2,000 horsepower down by the end of the track. We just ain't got it. We need to see Youngblood at Dig or Die. We got to do a collab. You just better get the right backspace wheels for smalls. I mean, I don't think that they're wrong. I mean, I think they're all right. They're those are 12-inch wide, and that's a DO6 tire, because that's what I had, a brand new set. So I had a brand new set of DO6, which is only a 10-inch wide tire instead of the CO7, which is 10.5, because the gold car can only take the DO6. I cannot put a CO7 on it. I didn't see you guys smalls on it right now. Oh no, a media. Actually, it came with small tires on it. He said that one of the last things that they had done before his father passed away was figuring out getting the small tire to work. So I haven't touched bar angles, any of that kind of stuff. I'm just kind of rocking with it from there. And honestly, I've never even really tested this car on the street. I tried to make the first... No, I raced it on that tire right there. Put the brand new DO6 on it and yanked timing out of it and all that. And on a maximum of 34 degrees in the big block. That was the absolute max, not counting the 8 to 10 degrees we took out over a second or two. It was going 6.0 pretty on the dot. So, yeah. I venture to say that big block probably could have gone faster than the gold car just on motor. But, like I said, also a nice motor. I don't want to do dumb things. I think just take a look at it and, make sure that thing is in good shape and completely happy and all that kind of stuff before I really start trying to lean on that thing. Because I know my dumb ass wants to put the power to it, but, let's calm down now. Let's not ruin a perfectly nice motor. Or at least what I think is a perfectly nice motor. It may not be, but I've never looked inside it. Can always use it for other projects, yeah. Like fool's gold, no, like a car that has a lot more cage and is a lot safer and is a lot more inclined to go a lot faster with a much bigger motor with a turbo or two hanging off of it. Yeah. So that's the thing, like people don't know. And Brandon and I had been having this conversation for a while. Um, Brandon, that I wanted to go pick up whatever parts and pieces were left of my big block that has been the other 496 that I had that has been at a shop for 2 years now. I don't even know. I don't even know how long it's been. I was like, let's just go pick up the parts and pieces and then I'll build the damn thing myself. Like at this point, it can't be any worse than waiting forever. I'll build it my damn self and we'll stick it in this car and turbo it. And then when I got this car and already had a big block, I was like, oh, perfect. Because then, whoop, 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 and like so. Kind of what my thought process was. But, damn, it's 10:18. All right. Give me, everybody, did everybody have a good Thanksgiving? Everybody enjoyed their day? I'm not going to lie to you guys. I've been on live for like 45 minutes. And I kind of want to get back to work. Part of it was I did need a break. I was just working and working and working. And I was like, all right, my ass is old, not as flexible, up and down, off the ground, all that kind of shit. I've been doing a bunch. So I wanted to take a few minutes, just take a break anyway. That does make sense. See, it does. And look, I'm all, but I've been wearing my safety spectacles, you can tell, because it's all, you know what I mean? But I would like to get back to work. If you guys want, I'll leave the camera just sitting up in the corner of the shop while I go and do the damn work. But yeah, it's kind of dumb because then I can't talk to you. Then I'll have no idea what's going on in the comments, and I'll just be. Plus, I need my music. I need to crank up the volume again and get buck nasty. So. Derek Taylor, thank you. Thank you. Have a good night. I hope you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves, have had a good day, got stuffed on turkey or ham or prime rib or whatever it is that you guys ate today. And thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. It's cool to jump on a live and to see people in the comments engaging, and you know what I mean? It's always good. And whatchamacallit, the gentleman whose name I already forgot because I forgot the username, shoot me an email, dnrauto@hotmail.com. And yeah, I'm going to get back to this because, like I said, I want to get to tonight to the point where either it's ready to weld or it's ready to prep for welding. And then we can kind of go from there. So I'm going to crank the music back up. You guys have a wonderful, here, I'll put myself, you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving, a wonderful holiday. Somebody get Youngblood a ticket to Delaware. Fly into PHL, Philly. It's the closest one. So we'll have to figure that out. We'll do the collab. We'll go to Dig or Die. We won't win, but we'll do the damn thing. And then, yeah. So, hope you guys have a good Thanksgiving. Thanks for tuning in. I'm getting back to work. How do I end this thing?